Before we highlight the best and most challenging car shipping locations in the state, generally speaking, the best car shipping locations are going to be the biggest cities, followed by those locations on or near interstates. You'll have the quickest and least expensive auto transports from these locations. The most challenging car shipping locations are going to be in remote towns and cities. These are towns and cities that are more than 50 miles away from major cities or interstates. It takes more time and costs more money to ship a car to or from these remote locations. With these general guidelines in mind, let's look at the best and most challenging car shipping locations in the state. All right, as we take a look at the state of Idaho, the best car shipping location is going to start with the Treasure Valley cities of Boise, Nampa, and Meridian on the west side of the state. There are a lot of large new and used car dealerships there, so we do a lot of transports for people buying cars from those dealerships. It's also located along the busy trucking corridor of I-84, so that is going to be a fantastic car shipping location. Next up are going to be those locations along the I-84 corridors. We work our way south down into Jerome and Twin Falls, and then up to Pocatello and Blackfoot, and then as we continue to head on I-15 up into Idaho Falls, that whole corridor, all those locations are great car shipping locations. And then finally, rounding out the best locations to ship a car to or from in Idaho is going to be way up in the north, and that's going to be the city of Coeur d'Alene. And again, this is another city that has some sizable dealerships up there. So again, we do a lot of transports for people buying vehicles from those dealerships. That's a city that's also along a very busy trucking corridor, that being I-90. So a good, solid car shipping location. Now, as we switch focus to the more challenging car shipping locations, really anything outside those two corridors, that corridor in the south that I highlighted and that I-90 corridor that I highlighted in the north, all other locations are going to be challenging. Again, we mean those transports are typically going to take longer and cost more money to complete. Now, some specific areas to highlight would be the northern part of the Panhandle. You get up into Sandpoint. No interstates up there. Just not a popular area for car carriers to travel to regularly. And then anything where you see green, because these are the national forests in Idaho. Very difficult, or can be very difficult, primarily because a lot of the highways that go in and out of the forested areas have size restrictions on them or weight limitations. So sometimes, depending on the size of the truck and trailer that we're sending into these areas to pick up and deliver vehicles, legally can't be on those roads. So in those instances, we got to ask our customers to meet the driver at a nearby highway that doesn't have restrictions, or a city that isn't along one of those highways with those restrictions. So avoid those forested areas if you can. To find out what it costs to ship a car to or from Idaho, get an instant quote on our website at www.jnstransport.com.